Hi. Hello. We are back with our game in space. And also, hi Mia. I literally just started. That's a good timing. Nice to see you. Hi. That's appreciated. I still have no command set up, Dre. I need to set it up. I keep forgetting. There's just so many things I need to set up. All the riders. Well, that's nice. I always end up being the one that raised Mia, and now all the tables have turned. It was. I started like 5 minutes ago, out of which 5 minutes was the countdown. Well, I'm happy you are here, and you get to appreciate the cool music from the menu of this game. Oh yeah, I always open all the trigger warnings, as they are plentiful for such a pretty looking game. Okay, well, I'm just gonna press that. And I forgot what I was doing with my life. Probably just walking around and growing up. And being glad that nobody is getting hurt again. But I am happy you are riding me too. You can spend some time in a different world with me for a bit. And I got a lag. Log. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure what I was planning to do with my life. I think things are pretty calm right now. After the last disaster, when nobody died, so I guess it wasn't really a complete disaster. And my dad has something to say to me, so I guess I will just check out that. Dust is such a dry, hot season, but suns are high in the sky, baking the usual lush Verdumna jungle. If there is a breeze, it's warm and you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They are usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you are asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Okay, is really nobody taking care of me whatsoever? I understand we are all super smart, picked for this mission colonist, but I once again say that I am 11, and apparently I don't even see my parents all day. I assume that means I make my own food, and like, get my own clothes, and just take care of myself all day. Was I doing that when I was 11? I'm sure I interacted with my parents at least a bit. So, I'm still not exactly sure if I support the parenting ways of this colony. Also, they have like zero creativity. They did call the planet something, but then the season when it's dusty, they just called it dust. At least they could like call it Dustmare or something. We have like Summer, which is like Sunmare, I guess. At least it sounds like it. Well, I feel like 11 years old is like still definitely very much not grown up. And like still should be taken care of. I still am very pleased with their fashion though. I want those clothes. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Verdumnan dirt this week. Well, I guess we are making progress with that at least. All the farming. I mean, to be fair, Mia, I think my parents seem to be generally pretty cool and nice, caring people. I think they just have a lot of work. So it's not like it's entirely their fault that I'm somewhat not being, taken care of. And it seems like I am managing. I just am not sure if this is the most proper way of handling it for mental health. I mean, I guess that's fair. When I was that age, I was like farming potatoes and helping on the farm with like animals and other plants at my grandparents' place. But I just still like seen my parents more often. In fact, my mom at some point, I think I wasn't like going. I think I had to be like completely like preschool age, but I wasn't going to preschool, and my parents were like working at the same time, and my mom so badly didn't want me to just leave me home alone, completely unsupervised, even though I think I feel like I was responsible enough, but still, she didn't want to leave me unsupervised, so I had to go to work with her and just like spend all day sitting at my mom workplace, which I honestly didn't really mind. I didn't know that's like not standard way of doing things, and I was just hanging out and being like quiet and calm, so I wasn't like disturbing anything. So I guess it worked out. And yeah, I think harvest sounds neat from my own personal experience. I mean, that's fair, I guess. That's fair, I guess. But I guess, yeah, it probably depends on the culture, and it also depends on, like, how everything else is set up. It shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, not what you expected, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vertumalia festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Tris. I feel like last time I went to the talent show, I didn't win anything. Or was I like second place or something? It wasn't a total disaster, but I also didn't do amazingly great job. Does any of my friends have anything new to say? Oh, Cal is doing some stretches in an open area of the garden. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do chilled pose and downward dog. He flips over and lies on his back. Dude, this one is my favorite though. His mom must have be like extremely amazing person, because as far as I know, isn't there like 100 people in this colony or something? And she manages to have more than one boyfriend, like from such a small group of people. So I feel like, if there is indeed 100 people here, and she has like, he even says one of my boyfriends, one of his mom boyfriends, not like one of my mom's two boyfriends or something. I feel like it implies even more than two boyfriends. So that's like at minimum 3% of the total population is your boyfriends. So like, congratulations, I guess. That's kind of impressive. Maybe that's possibility. Maybe it's like a boy space friend. But also this game is very progressive, so I wouldn't be surprised by some amount of poly representation. Like even for yourself, where is the thing? You can decide how gendered you are on the slider and your pronouns. And there is like a whole list of pronouns and words to decide. So I wouldn't put it past this game to have like people in all kinds of relationship. Mia, I feel like that would be hard to manage if we are talking about the whole Earth population. Wouldn't that be like few thousand? I feel like it would be at least few thousand. She still doesn't like me, but I think she's like, she likes me on paper, but not really. Okay, I think I just want to. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Do I want to keep studying biology? I guess so. I already went this far. Oh yeah, we were gonna explore the lab. And it's my dad again. Hey kiddo, your dad says. looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands in things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stomach-like opening inside the bell. That sounds... he's like cutting apart a flower and they are making it sound super gross. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pulls on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought that drains this little beauty. Can you get me a towel, I guess? You help him up off the flower juice. It's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. Wow, the nature is wonderful on this planet. Yeah, Mia, like, if you would have more boyfriends than there is days in the year, I really don't think you could manage. Like, maybe if you had enough boyfriends for, like, every year of the day, every day of the year, I can't speak words. But then, you would have to see this one person just, like, once a year. So, I don't know how manageable that is either. But the point is, I think everybody should have as many boyfriends as they believe they can handle and want to have, as long as everybody else in this relationship is on board with this plan. So, just get as many boyfriends as you desire, and as many boyfriends as those boyfriends desire to have around them. Or girlfriends, or just like partners, whatever gender you want. Okay. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of your kids to come help me out with researching the native plants. I can research the native plants. I'm your own kid. Just ask me. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as Gentech research, for instance. With instance, I forgot that's a person name. I thought he was making a sentence. But it is important. My face is part of me already. My face is not a separate living entity. I don't know how you think, I don't know what you think about how faces work like, but that's not... Go away. I'm playing a game. Go. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know. Why not? It's like a whole new world of plants to explore. If it were up to her, we would fill those greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. Well, see, like, that makes me think back to this, to the whole, like, situation about how this even started. Like, again, the whole idea was that these people, me, my parents, we are supposed to leave everything behind and start a new life and new society and new culture, and everything is supposed to be brand new and like amazing. But now even my mom is like, I can't give up on earth plants. But isn't that kind of against the program? Like, if we are wanting to start anew and everything is supposed to be new, then just go along with those new plants, right? At least that's how I feel about it. But there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants when you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. Well, I'm not allowed to explore because I'm 11. At least you have some... Ooh, that's a lot of brain. And a lot of stress. I think we will go with that one though. Organizing. I'm not an organized person. But like biology is the only thing I went up a level, so I will just stick with it. Also, I'm like pretty close with empathy, but I don't think you can study it. At least I didn't find a way to study empathy yet in this game. So we will just research xenobotany. And you know what? I guess it will be also an opportunity to spend some time with my dad, you know? I think, like, that's another perk. Your dad introduces you to the little lab they have set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We are surrounded by alien flora and we know practically nothing about it. Did we, study this planet at all before we came here? I guess not. What's edible? What's medicine? I mean, I guess we confirmed that at the minimum there is oxygen. So, that's good. What can we make fibers, food, or build with or use in the ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we are gonna find out, my little potato. Potato now. Your dad directs you to the research bench, and here is when you will be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you could put things into. Like my finger. Oh, of course, there is stick something in a hole. Press buttons. Okay, I'm working with delicate equipment here. And I actually don't want to break it, and I actually want to succeed, so we will just find the on switch and then see where it goes. There is no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. That's not helpful. Maybe my dad should explain to me how it works. I'm not exactly the person to be pressing random buttons and stuff. I usually don't want to break the devices I'm using by pressing something wrong. I prefer careful experimentation. And also, we probably don't know how to make a new one yet, because we have no industry whatsoever. So, that's a thing. Just come explain. Go ahead and mess around, you that encourages you. You won't break a thing. Anything. Okay, well, I got official permission, so. You mash all the table buttons until... Yo, kiddo. Oh, it's the artificial intelligence. It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set on the beach. Of course she is here. She is the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. You wonder who she got yo from. I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't know. Also, the way they phrase it, it makes it sound like if she wanted to, she could just hide things from us and steer us in whatever direction she believes we should go, or she was programmed to steer us in some direction. I won't be surprised if that's the case too, taking into account everything else that I know about what's happening here. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses, though it's not like it's a secret. She will make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. I mean, dangerous things happening is part of experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new. Don't be afraid to try stuff. I mean, that sounds like a pretty useful advice. You bring your mushwood samples into the lab. You're going to study these and revolutionize the use of mushwood lumber. Maybe. I hope so. Is that the log I just literally picked up a moment ago? Yeah, I lost the card. I gained a memory though. Wonderful memory. You examine the mushwood under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested in wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to mush during glow. I suppose if I am able to do all the science stuff and make reasonable notes and study stuff and use microscope and everything, if I am being a tiny 11 years old scientist, I guess I can also be an 11 years old person taking care of myself. I'm just still not entirely sure if this is good for my mental health. Studying the exact process by which the cells take water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushwood trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. Can we just find some other trees that simply don't take on water? Or is it that every single species of tree on this planet ends up taking on water in the water season. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruity body of the mushwood, the part that sticks out above ground, to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be much more efficient now. And I figure all of it out in a 1 month. As an 11-year-old kid, I guess I'm very smart. But also really, is there like no other trees out there that we can use instead? Not that I am critiquing, but again, I thought the idea is that we are making a better society and better place to live here on this new planet. So I feel like we should not be starting with trying to bend the nature to our will, because that was kind of part of the problem why we had to leave Earth. So just saying. Well, and I am victorious. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm getting smarter. Oh, this thing again. It's time once more for Verdumnia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow. Yeah, to be fair, a bunch of unpleasant stuff happened to us. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations, this Verdumnia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Eudigod's speech, and I need to drink some water. And I am sorry, but I still feel like everybody was aware of the risks and everybody knew that there is hostile native life on this planet. So I still don't understand why everybody is so shocked by this. I guess everybody was just hopeful that nothing bad will happen, I suppose, as people tend to be. But again, that just seems unrealistical when you live on an alien planet. What a year Verdumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best faces of the humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. Those creatures were unexpected. Why? But I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Verdumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Did we literally had no idea there are animals here? I swear we knew. I swear people talked about that before. Our friends as geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers. Did you hear? My dad says Eudikod's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shot her a questioning look and she rocks her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up? There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice smelling soap, not the boring king in the communal showers. That's nice. I like nice smells. Did we make them from native plants? You know the concept of shopping, they do it in the holophits from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes, but you've never actually done it. Wow. A life completely free of consumerism and of... Oh my god. I forgot the word. Oh my god, I forgot. God damn it. I forgot the word of the system we live in, but I know it. I just can't, my brain is empty. Yes! Oh, I don't know how I forgot it, but I forgot it somehow. So, a life free of capitalism. And now we open our first shop. And from then on, everything's gonna go downhill. Okay, well, maybe won't, but... The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad gave me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. Well, I'm sorry, but I have like 41 already. So I'm clearly doing a good job. But, I mean, again, I feel like that's one of those things that's up to parents to decide how to handle learning somebody, teaching somebody about money. Even Marston back in the speeches, just as Eutychus predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Eutychus gestures for the council member to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. Okay, thanks. See you, Mia. I hope you will have a nice day. Thanks for coming over to me. Thank you all for your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together we build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertumnia Games. Just like last year, there is a talent show, a science fair, and a boat wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Well, I kind of feel like giving the talent show a second go, seeing how last time I was like second or something. So maybe this time I will have better talent than before. This and Mars are your competitors for the talent show. Mars is a show-in for winning with her jazzy, high-energy dance routine, so all eyes are on this for daring to compete against her. This stands on stage and clears his throat, then gestures with his arm. From his holopod emerges a projection of a ventriloquist dummy. He sits on his lap and launches into a comedy routine, speaking through the doll with zero filter. The judges all howl at his impression of Chief Engineer Instance, but the crowd favored by far is Administrator Seg's thin, self-important voice coming out of the doll, imperiously demanding that not everyone can have perfect scores. They have to be rationed appropriately. This looks flustered by all the attention, but proud as well. He bobs in a little bow before leaving the stage to raucous applause. I'm glad to know he has like a sense of humor and everything, and like actually can play around, because he always seems so sad and upset. It will be a hard act to follow. What do you do? I should do those hoverboard tricks, mostly because Carl was like teaching me how to use it. So at least I feel like I have some kind of training. I don't know if the game is going to take it into account, but I will hope. It's hard. I don't even have like any good card theory. There is no way I will get up to that. Yeah. I have no idea what kinds of cards I would have to actually make it work out. But I tried again. Maybe they should give me some kind of talent show, something related to biology. I can like list them all the plants on the planet or something. I don't think that will be very interesting though for a talent show. This wins by overwhelming applause. This just shrugs and smiles awkwardly. He didn't mean to win, so he is uncomfortable with the attention. Mars, on the other hand, is livid. I worked on my routine for months, she cries, and refuses to shake his hand. Don't even mention yours. It was so embarrassing. You immediately want to forget it ever happened. Great. Well, I'm glad it went well for my friend, at least one of them. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a emotional break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick head of dust. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea when it's hot. You end up on top of the western wall with this, launching water-filled poof shrubs down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sport ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lodge if you are looking for some solitude. Maybe I am sometimes looking for some solitude. And the time passes by. Nothing tragic happened now. How do I ever, in my war... I know. I just am struggling to actually read it properly. More than anything. I am poor. And I need to drink some water. I don't know how am I ever supposed to win this talent show if I don't actually pursue the creativity. Or what was the other thing? I already forgot. But anyway, I just don't have talents that are good enough to put on the show, I suppose. How are you doing? This is sitting in the grass near the big gates that lead out to the jungle. He is just staring out into nothingness and picking up absentmindedly at the weeds. He pretends not to notice you as you approach. I wonder why he is so sad all the time. Is he just does he feel like he's still trapped within the walls? Does he want to just be able to run free into the world? I mean, it seems that is something that he is interested in doing, so maybe. Let's just sit together quietly. He shifts uncomfortably as you sit but doesn't say anything. You both just hang out sighing and doing nothing. You stare out the big gates. The grass in the colony is trimmed short by garden beds, but out there it's wheeled and as high as your waist. Kid Surveyor Tonin is prepping his equipment for an outing. He's bringing a lot, maybe he's going to stay out overnight. That sounds dangerous. You're starting to wonder if this will ever acknowledge you when he says, I've got to go. As he starts down the hill, he pauses and says, this is a good spot. I'll probably come back here tomorrow. Ah, we had a moment. We shared a moment together. I think that was nice. It's nice to sometimes just sit down and don't talk about anything and don't do anything. I remember one time, long time ago, me and my best friend just in the evening in the summer sat under a tree in this park and we just kind of didn't really talk much about anything and just watched the day and it was relaxing and nice. Okay, nothing new to say. Gonna check in with everybody. Mars is watching her screen intently. She hushes you before you can get a word in. They are about to kiss, Mars hisses, barely giving you a second look. Okay, well, have fun watching whatever it is that you are watching. Do you still are mad at me? Yeah. She's I don't know if she just doesn't like me, or if she is trying to make herself sound important and busy. Anemone holds her palms up to you excitedly. Please look. Her palms are covered with collection of scrapes and blue flaky scales. I'm getting tougher every day. Why do you have scales? Nobody is still addressing that. Can I take a look at how are you doing? Okay. If I ever want to go outside, I would have to spend a long time getting those traits up. Well, my toughness isn't that far away, I guess. But I also want to keep doing the biology. But I also do want to go outside someday. Ugh. I don't know. If she wants to have scales, she can have scales. I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm just wanna know where the scales came from. That's all. Okay, well, since I do want to see the world outside, I guess I will just try to get my toughness up a bit. I should get there eventually. You are pulling weeds from the garden bed when you see Carl scurry past you, moving with a purpose. He doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into the barn. I wanna see what he is doing. And he's my best friend, so... Dre, do you need like some kind of lesson on like reproduction and biology and everything? I'm sure you can find out where my face came from. You slip into the barn behind Carl. He is so absorbed in whatever is in the broken storage box that he doesn't hear you. You can do it, he whispers. Come on, go, go, go. You creep forward, but the barn door creaks closed behind you and Carl jumps. Cheese, he says, moving between you and the box. What do you need? Okay, well, he is clearly up to something that he believes should be kept a secret. But again, I would hope that there is enough trust between us now that he will just let me know. Carl clenches his fist. Nothing, it's nothing. Whatever Carl is going to say next is interrupted by a chirping noise from the box. Carl gasps and whirs around, and you both rush forward to look. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature about the length of your arm, blinking up at you with big multi-faced eyes. Its mouth parts wave at you and make a clicking, chirping noise. That actually kind of sounds cute. Why are you keeping it in the box? It hatched, Carl says. Hey, little baby. Welcome to the world. What is it? You know. That's not reassuring. What if it's like poisonous and it's gonna bite you and you will die? I mean, I'm all for having a pet and keeping animals and like learning about local fauna, but seriously, it's not that I think you are doing something wrong. I think you are doing something dangerous. Already we have one person that died. And I deeply desire that nobody more dies, okay? Like, I would appreciate it if nobody else dies, so... Please don't do dangerous things. I don't know, Carl says. I looked it up on the Surveyor archives, but nobody's found anything like it before. It's true, you have no idea what this creature is. You knew about this thing? Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments of mushwood, he says, rubbing its little nose. Just curled up in a little cocoon. It looked like a dried up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to just throw it away in case whatever was inside was still living. And now I was using this busted up storage box, so... I mean... You know... That's a nice sentiment, and he is a nice, sweet person, so I get it. Carl puts the small creature on his shoulder. What are you, little buddy? Carl asks. You look like a big old caterpillar, but cuter. The creature yawns, showing off circular rows of tiny, even teeth. It nestles against Carl's neck as he screeches it under the chin. Maybe we can call you a lily pillar. It touches one of its 6 white-caped feet. Socks the lily pillar. Okay, well, cute, but I'm still ever so slightly uncomfortable with this. It could be dangerous. Carl pouts. Everything could be dangerous on this planet, though. Look at her, she is harmless. Used. That doesn't mean anything. Everything can have venom and look harmless. He pulls a leaf off a potted plant and offers it to Socks, who greedily chomps it all up. See, she's a plant eater. Plant eaters are the good guys like us. And they can still be poisonous to protect themselves from other creatures. I have to hide her, Carl says, looking around. Think she'll be okay if I keep her in the broken storage box? He places Socks gently into the box and closes the lid. You're about to sleep, little boogie woogie, she growls. Sleep tight. Again, it's not that I am somewhat completely opposed to the idea of keeping a pen. And I'm also not, and I understand where he's coming from. He's a very gentle and sweet person, and he doesn't want to cause any harm to any creatures. And he just wants to take care of this thing, which is all great and fun. And like, I don't mind. The only part I mind is that we already had somebody die because they were electrocuted by a TV. Like, all kinds of stupid shit can happen, and this is an alien creature. Like, what if its skin is poisonous or something? What if it, like, shoots acid from its pores when it gets stressed? Like, how would you know one of those things? There is no way to know one of those things. I need him to, like, show it to some adult, or at least, like, do some testing, I guess, but then they can, like, hurt it or something. You would hope they have enough advanced technology they can at least determine if it's dangerous or not without hurting it. I would hope. I just feel ever so slightly uncomfortable with my friend keeping this thing. I just don't want anything bad to happen to him, that's all. My goodness. I'm so close to 20! Another month. You are still doing yoga. I don't think anybody has anything they want from me, although we can probably check out the store. I can also deliver the supplies, but I don't want to. Although, I think it gives me toughness. I wonder what does it give me though. Okay, let's look. Oh, those things are like kind of expensive. I can't afford anything. Does the +5 to biology is just like forever? Or what? Okay, and the body has anything new to say to me? No. Although we can... Okay, that's all this stuff. Okay, we can just rest. I was told that I can rest somewhere on the walls though. I don't see the option though. I don't know. Okay, let's see about that supplies delivering thing then. Oh my god! You look interesting. Those glasses look uncomfortable. Chief Administrator Seg greets you at the depot. They look at you up and down. Tris. You never struck me as particularly responsible or organized. I am like completely not rebellious. So loyal and everything. But children never are. Okay, so according to you, I am not responsible or organized as all children, but then I can still take care of myself by myself, apparently. What makes you think you'll be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. I can carry a lot. Strong for your age, maybe. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job, for now anyway. Wow, reassuring. I guess at least it's a good thing I don't have to pay any rent or anything. They used our elegant stylus to notice on their holopad. Come back in a few minutes and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. Cool. Was it already a few minutes? Deliver supplies, which gives me organizing and perception. Where is perception? Over here. Okay. Let's get the toughness to 20 first. And then I will see what I will do next. Let's do that thing. I don't want to get more... Okay, let's decide. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. I do like dirt. No, he laughs. I mean just this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we are just moving dirt around, we are still helping. I mean, I agree. I like plants and farming and everything. I did it. What's that question even? I know why. Well, he considers, I like digging holes in the dirt, because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm! Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand to the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was like real shiny, like a rainbow. That's a definitely interesting approach to why do you like farming, because I can find worms. Wait, he says, I just thought of a thing I like better. He shoves you his sprayed hand. Getting dirt under my fingernails, he laughs. I don't know why, but it's like the best. I guess it's just a simple approach to life by a young children. Why do you like working on the farms? Because I like finding worms and having dirt under my fingers. I mean, it's sweet. We can really rack this up 1-2 actually. Nice. I only got 1 star though. Cool. But how much do you need to get through this? Like 25? I guess it's 25. And now it's raining again. Nobody probably has nothing to talk to me again. Marcy's laying over a hollow screen, chin in hand. She exhales and blows a piece of hair out of her eyes. I hate schoolwork, she says. But my dad's telling me that a good education is necessary for all people of culture, so I guess I gotta do it. She scrolls listlessly through her work with 1 finger. I'm doing the science part last though. Now you should do the part that you dislike the most first, so you can get it out of the way quickly, and then everything else that's left is just stuff you do like. That's my suggestion to everybody who needs to do any kind of schoolwork. Oh, we could train together actually. You know what, why not? On your way to the sports ball pitch, Anemone shares the story about the time her brother Com once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose, back when she used to play sports ball too. She describes it in the gory detail. Thanks. I appreciate the story. But don't go easy on me, she exclaims. That's why we have medbeds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. I have a lot of cool scars. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 somewhere. I have a lot of cool scars. Not from getting hit by a ball though. But I get the sentiment. Well, I got 1 more point. Oh, you are here? Still doing yoga in the rain. What are you doing? This is perched upon a big rock, silently watching the forest. He barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see, he says cryptically. I mean, fair. That's definitely kind of a thing in the nature. You're gonna be sitting somewhere and it's just like, oh, it's a tree. Then you look closely at the tree and it has all kinds of different leaves. Then there might be bird in the tree, or a square. Maybe there is a nest. Maybe under the tree there is like, I don't know, a hole from some creature burrowing. And there will be more trees. Like, there is so much thing to see in the world. So I don't think that's a very cryptical thing to say. I found my logs. Okay, I'm gonna do the dirt 1 more time. I want to be tough. You are helping your mom repair the garden fence when you see Cal slip away into the barn, carrying a blanket. You excuse yourself and follow him. Does he still have that weird pet bag? He does, in fact, still have that weird pet bag. Cal looks up at you and smiles, cradling socks in his arms and rocking her back and forth. The little nubs on her butt seems like they are getting longer. She must be growing. Well, doesn't seem like she poisoned him yet, or like hurt him in any way, so I guess it's okay. I made her in the bed in that trunk over there, he says. She mostly just likes to be curled up in the dark. She sleeps a lot. It might be that right now it's like some kind of hibernation season or something, and then when the hibernation season ends, she's just gonna murder all of us. Sock chirps and Cal sits on the floor, letting her curl up in his lap. I've been coming in early every morning and staying late every day so she can play in the sun, he explains. That's when she's most active, but her favorite thing is lying on my lap for belly rubs. He tickles her soft tummy. Isn't that right, Suggs? Who's a godly Pilar? You are! Suggs thrills in the light. I'm just still worried, that's all, even though it's cute. Do you want to feed her? Cal asks. I collected a bunch of leaves for her. Here, take one. You kneel down beside them and take one of the leaves. Sucks strudels from Cal lap into your cupped hand and gingerly holds the leaf between her two front paws. She's like a tiny dinosaur caterpillar. I guess that's what he named her. Ouch! Suck nips at your finger. Her teeth are really sharp. I mean, I'm not surprised. I am so tough, I can play it cool. You pretend like it doesn't hurt, but it super does hurt. You can barely keep yourself from crying as Suck munches happily at the rest of the leaf. I mean, I also don't want to scare the thing by crying or something. It probably doesn't, like, I don't want to get angry on it because I don't want to make it scared of me. And I don't want to cry on it because, again, maybe it will scare it too. It's like some alien animal. I don't know, Not like there is anything wrong with crying in general. When she is done, Cal puts her gently back in the box. Then he notices your hand and gasps, Tris, you are hurt. Like, essentially, I feel like when you are handling some unknown animal and generally just handling some kind of animal, you should not, like, freak them out with, like, sudden emotions or something. I don't know. I'm not that good with animals. Cal looks over your finger, which is bleeding sluggishly from the shallow puncture wounds. I hope I will not be poisoned now. I learned first aid from my mom, he says. Let's just wrap it and tell people you banged it on the door, okay? He bites his lip. If people think she is dangerous, they will take her away. She is not dangerous, it was just an accident. I mean, he is right. I was feeding the thing and accidentally it bite me. That was an accident. Doesn't exactly make it dangerous. But I still feel like we just don't have enough information on the matter. Cal brushes his hand over the loose dirt and straw of the barn floor. My mom says the aliens here are dangerous, he mutters. I asked, like, in theory, if I found an alien, could I keep it as a pet? But she said I can't even if it's a nice alien, cause of diseases and stuff. He sighs. Sog isn't sick, he insists. And she doesn't mean to hurt anybody. The other animals probably don't either. I mean, yeah, probably. I imagine all the animals and stuff on this planet, they are just living their life and doing whatever, getting food, sleeping, mating, like every other animal in the world. But sometimes people get hurt by animals because animals defend themselves or get scared or have some disease they accidentally, like, no animal actually wants to make you sick with their disease or something. And, like, yeah. So I think this is the part when there should be more adult supervision, because we are 11 And we clearly don't exactly have very good perspective on things. Like, maybe this animal is perfectly innocent and perfectly, like, not dangerous. And you can keep it like, I don't know, maybe this is like this planet equivalent to a cat. But it's not like a cat can still scratch you or bite you or something. Cat can get upset or transmit some disease or something. We just know how to handle the cats, and we keep cats and not like lions or something because we ended up, domesticating them. But I don't think this thing is domesticated yet. Ah, shit. I just think it's not the smartest thing to do. That doesn't work out well. Not hard to push through. Okay. I wonder if I can make some better. What does that mean? Okay. I made it better now. Is it dirty? Oh my god, I just wanted to hit that thing. And I seem to be hitting it and it's still raining. Well, I do need to go to work soon, so I guess this is gonna be a shorter stream. Nothing terrible happened yet. I don't know why I keep expecting something terrible to happen, because it did before. Terrible things happened before in this game. So, I am now worried constantly. Well, thanks, Dre, too. I appreciate your presence here. Great save. Many. Cool music. I'm just gonna put this up. Okay, well, that was actually pretty chill, all things considered. Way more chill than I would have expected. But I guess it was short enough stream that there wasn't much time for bad things to happen. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and thanks Mia for raiding, even though you are gone by now, so I guess you won't hear me saying thanks. But thanks anyway. Do I have even anybody to raid to? I don't think so. Nobody that I know. Oh well. I guess that will be the end of it. Thanks. Hope everybody will have nice days. And you will spend some time digging out worms from the ground or something like that. It's fun. Hal is right. I am with him on it. Okay, well, bye.